Hello, hello. Welcome back. This is User Friendly, the friendliest podcast in the world. It's your boy, Pablo.
Squared Hill.
And it's Jason.
How was everybody's week?
Oh, man. I mean, I felt like I went to a festival, but it wasn't a festival. I went to ASEN.
Let's go.
Which was
Jason at ASEN.
I didn't even think about it like that. But it is like an anime convention. It was super cool. I was super tired, and I spent way too much money. And now I am super broke.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sometimes you got to spend money for your happiness, man.
It comes back, you know.
Yeah, I hope so.
Damn near.
Today, Lucas actually graduated.
Oh,
shout out
nice.
his little boy.
Yeah.
Graduated preschool. He's about to enter kindergarten, and it's crazy. Friday, the studio was rented out by this local rapper in Skokie. His name was Adam. Shout out you. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
He had a lot of people here. Met a lot of cool people. A lot of younger crowd. I realized like some of these people are like a little too young for me. Like the language they use, like I feel like an old man. Like,
they were smoking pot?
He said no cap.
Yeah, no cap.
Oh,
a lot
so
of no cap.
Oh, so what is going on? The hell?
What's going on here?
My week was cool. I mean, it was kind of a bittersweet week for me. My last day at Nike was yesterday.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm happy about it. You feel me? They had me give a speech. Told
Really?
I was at peace with everything.
You shake everyone's hand.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you feel me? I closed it out with my guys. They walked me out, clapped me out.
Wow.
But it was good. You feel me? So shout out to everybody who I love. You know what I'm saying? At 99, y'all know who I love. I love all of y'all. So yeah, it was cool. It was like a nice way to end. So this is my first time. This will be my first time coming into the pod where I'm gonna be very fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like from the week. So
More time on your hands, right?
more time on my hands.
Yes, sir. And today we got some special guests. You know, the illustrious, best chicken sandwich in the world, best ribs in the world. Pretty much anything they put their feet in.
Wait, hold on.
They dipped their toe in.
They got one black guy on the crew. Yes, I can confirm. Put my foot in it.
Yes, sir.
The Slam Pigs, man. Can you guys?
How you doing? We got the boys. We got the boys. It's Walker of Slam Pigs. We got Octavio, head chef.
Hello.
We got our grease man,
Fidel. On Friday.
hair fryer.
Nice.
I like to call him the grease man.
Hell yeah.
It's like a sick title.
You guys have a pretty big team, right?
It's sizable. We got like 2 more people. 2 more people.
2 more people.
I'm not the math guy.
You guys got a whole crew for sure.
But yeah, before we start this podcast, we want to say rest in peace to the babies that were brutally murdered.
Fatally, killed.
And the teachers. You know, being a dad myself, like I can't imagine losing my son that way. I can't imagine losing my son at all, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it for sure. I know Octavio's the dad himself, so like, what did you guys, like, how did you feel about the situation? Obviously, you can't really, I feel like it's almost like out of our control, you know.
What happened?
So
I do not.
Yeah,
look at the news.
Sorry.
Octavio does not follow the news
Very
at all.
specifically,
yeah,
don't
so
look at the
if
news.
you don't already know, there was a 18-year-old shooter who went inside an elementary school and he shot up 19 kids and 2 teachers.
In Uvalde, Texas. It happened like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Nah.
Was it yesterday?
It was like.
It was yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Yes,
Wow, that happened so fast.
Yeah, so-
I mean, that just is a testament to how often this thing happens. Like, it all just blends together.
Yeah.
We all just
it was
forget
literally.
which
It
one
was
is which.
literally yesterday.
Literally 10 days before this one happened, there was the one in Buffalo, and we've already literally moved past that one and moved on to literally the next one.
Was that a grocery store?
Yeah.
That was the grocery store.
And it was due to like race, right? It was like
right. That one was
specifically
racially motivated.
Yeah, specifically targeted.
And it's crazy because I almost feel like this one was not specifically towards race, but I had heard or like seen videos of the killer. I guess he was like anti-immigrants or something.
I mean, people started making assumptions because he has a Latin sounding name. I think it's like Salvador or something.
And that's what I thought too. Like
Salvador
I didn't know.
Ramos, something like that. Not that it matters, but it really shows how the media like was quick to play into it. For example, you have people like you have a lot of Republican media saying like trying to make the case for like anti-immigration and stuff like that when the name of the person, like it's very like they make the case that it's very unsafe for immigrants to come here, like it's very bad for them to come here. This is the people that they're sending here, right?
Yeah.
That plays into their own narrative, and it's very quickly working. It's very quick. They're very quickly changing the conversation to something that is completely different.
Yeah. Instead of the conversation being gun control, which what it should be mainly about, they quick to pivot and take it over.
Like spin the narrative for their
Yeah,
own
but
agenda.
they've also been in like control for so long. Like these dudes have been fucking alive for so long, bro. And it's like, it's just some power hungry shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, like to even think about. Because I mean, obviously, like you two have kids. I didn't know you had a kid, but I mean, we all know like nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? We all have somebody in our lives who has like a child or like we're around. So. That shit is just crazy to think about. I can't imagine like actually like I mean I got my niece and nephew in there, but I can imagine like having like my child in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy to me.
Literally today, my son graduated and he's going into elementary school. So it's like I can't even fathom what it's like to like not be able to pick him up because he's just not gonna be there.
It's almost sickening to say, but with Sandy Hook shooting being like 10 years ago, the fact that no gun control laws or anything on that topic was changed, kind of made it just a waiting game for when it would happen again. Unfortunately, and it unfortunately happened again.
Yeah, but it's crazy too because it's also the abortion like with that trying to like them trying to pass that too. It's just like crazy that they're so focused on this shit that they're not focused on the main thing, which is fucking. Which I mean that shouldn't even be a thing in general. You know what I'm saying? Part of the conversation, but. You're focused on the wrong thing in general. Like, you gotta fucking gun control. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be everywhere. Should have the same type of law for gun control. So
I mean, it's crazy how just in general rights are getting screwed over in so many places and in so many areas. You like even before the women's abortion, the leak of the abortion decision. There was there's been a lot of transphobic like laws happening in southern states, Oklahoma, Texas, where they are like outlawing parents being able to treat their children that have like gender dysphoria. They're outlawing that. They're outlawing medical procedures for you to help your kid. So like, and then with all this other stuff happening, it just all that stuff gets swept under the rug, and we all end up forgetting about it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about guns? Like, would you guys own one? Do you guys feel like it's necessary to have one just in case? Or being a father, I know, like, I would hate for my son to ever find one, but it's almost like a double-edged sword. Like, you almost might need one day just in case somebody breaks in. How do you feel about it, Octavio? Like, would you keep a gun at the curb?
I never have thought about that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how I drove here. Like, I just drove like 30, 40 miles. Maybe this is not related, but I'm going to say it anyway. I just drove like 30, 40 miles on empty, just no gas.
Oh, shit.
I just never feel like anything bad is going to happen to me, honestly.
Yeah.
So I've never thought about, like, I need to protect myself. I need to get a gun or whatever. My parents and just a lot of people in general, like, in my neighborhood, I guess crime's been worse lately, like last few years. And a lot of people say it's like getting unsafe and things. I don't see any of that though.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
it's coming from like because I feel the exact same way. I feel like we're coming from like a place of privilege, right? We've never really felt the need to
exactly
protect ourselves. Obviously, it's easy to say like, oh, these 18-year-olds don't need to have guns, but if they're really like fighting for their lives, I know in like some parts of Chicago, it's really dangerous, and that might be the only thing that can make them feel safe. So it's kind of like, who am I to tell them that they can't have a gun? because obviously my neighborhood, my lifestyle doesn't. I don't really feel the need to have one. But yeah, just me personally, I wouldn't get one. But I do think there needs to be more restrictions on how to get one. Mental health evaluations before you purchase one.
I think there are two questions
Background checks.
that comes up with like gun control. There's what we want, like as a country, like what we want, like what's happened now. Snap our fingers, magic, and it happens. And then there's the physical reality. So what we want to happen is for gun control to happen, and for only good people to get good to have the guns, right?
Right.
Right now, there is physically more guns in this country than there are people. So for every one person,
Crazy.
there's more than one gun for every person. Right.
Mhm.
Now, so physically, logistically, it's impossible to take those guns away.
Yeah.
Even if the government decided to confiscate, which I don't think will ever happen. It will never happen. The government will never like go out of their way to confiscate from private citizens, mostly because it'd be extremely dangerous for everyone involved. But it's just not going to happen. So what needs to happen is more like what you were saying, a national registry, mental health checks,
More barriers just
Like,
to make it a little harder.
Teens shouldn't be able to get like
Anything.
AR-15s, bro.
Literally
like those are
anything.
fucking like military grade weapons. Like nobody should be able to get fucking none of that shit, bro. Like if you're not, you feel me, involved in like in the fucking war, like any of that shit, like nobody should be
The
having
problem,
that shit on the
the
street.
problem is that these laws were made for the generation that was getting like drafted and like actually going to war, and I feel like they're still implementing like these old ass laws that don't really have anything to do with us now.
I think that's part of it. It's not that I think they're letting that happen. It's more financially. Politicians are more financially incentivized
Yeah.
to just let it ride, as opposed to actually doing something about it.
And calling it like tradition, like an amendment, like not being. They don't.
Yeah,
wanna,
and trying to put a veneer of some
Yeah.
aesthetic over it, whether it be tough guy like politics, like tough guy like we don't want him here, whatever, right? Or just fear, just because every time, and one thing that needs to be said every time that school shootings like this happen is no matter what happens in the shooting, no matter who did what, gun sales explode. Every time that there's a shooting, gun sales explode exponentially.
Because
every time, because people are reminded, and not only people are reminded, but people get scared that they're gonna start confiscating guns. So everyone feels like they need to cop theirs before they do that.
So I'm sorry, so he answered the question, but what about you? Like, what about you guys? Like, as far as having having something or protecting yourself.
In my situation, I feel like
Well, Christian can fight.
For sure.
Like that's a big.
Hey, tall as shit, too.
I can't fight a gun though, man. They pull out, it's gonna be crazy.
Have you guys ever seen that clip of, damn, who's the guy who made that? Wyclef Jean. He's like, he was on Def Jam Poetry, and he was like, I know kung fu, but that don't compare to this gun, fool. Something like that. Sorry.
Nah, no problem. No, that's good. That's good. Nah, literally though, like no matter how much I feel like I can defend my personal space, if somebody has a gun, like what the fuck am I gonna do? Like it's kind of over. And also like the people I love, the people around me. There's so many situations I see in like my line of work and just on doom scrolling media. Or just like, you just need a gun. Like somebody who has a gun who wants to do harm to you, they're just going to do that harm unless you can equally defend yourself. Unfortunately, I would love to live in a society and like feel like I never have to even think about getting a gun, but sometimes I do. Like, so I'm like, man, like I live in Cicero. It's not the same. Nowhere is the safest place. Wherever there's people, there is crime. Wherever there's crime, there's people. Like people will do crime wherever. I'm not saying any place is safer or more dangerous than the latter. But you have to be aware of your surroundings. And me being one black guy in Cicero around a bunch of, just people who don't look like you. Who don't look like me. Some people who've shown malice towards people who look like me in Cicero. I'm like, why are you Mexicans beef with me? Because I'm black. Like, you ain't no better than me. And nobody, not to say white's better than me either, but we all on the same page. Like, on the same boat. Like, what are you doing? So, I like to defend my health and safety. So, I think about getting a gun, and I'm not in a position where you guys will have a kid around and have to take extra precautions and are worried about the danger of them.
And buddy?
My dog, bro, my dog got hold of my gun. No. So yeah, I kind of like the idea of having one. I've been meaning to get my card for a minute, and I just haven't, because I am very aware of like the responsibility and the weight that it has on it. Like I think of things of like, hey, I get this gun, I do all the things to protect myself. I have it in the house. I have a roommate who's sitting to the left of me. Is he comfortable?
Yeah.
Is he comfortable with me having a gun? Even if all my intentions and all my actions from this day forward and in the past have shown that I'm like a friendly person and I'm here to protect us and our best interests, you never know. Like he doesn't, like if he had a gun, I'd be like, yeah. But what if he,
and even in a situation where I do Christian and trust Christian and I do, there's still like a bunch of factors in that. Like, do I trust that he has it in a safe place, in a place where no one can get to it? Is there ever going to be a situation where he's not there, but someone that he knows is there and can get to it, or X, Y, or Z, right?
It's too many things to think about, but like it'd have to be a joint decision of all parties involved. But I kind of do want that fucking blicky dude, just in case somebody run up in there.
Nah, it's really, for real, really, it's just like,
get that stick.
It's just about like protecting yourself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
and you're of age.
You're not trying to be.
Not
I'm not.
18.
You ain't trying to be out here like
what's
tough guy or whatever. But
what's
it's
crazy is even of age blurs lines. Like I have a nephew who my sister's like almost, I forgot her age. I'm a very bad brother, but I have a nephew who is around 21, I believe. I just turned 21. And he's had a gun since he was 19, but he lives a completely different lifestyle than me, just probably 2 miles away on the west side of Chicago. Because of the lifestyle he lives and people he knows, he's been run up on by people with guns, and he's been threatened, just dropping my younger nephews and nieces off at school. Like he lives a lifestyle to where if he's caught lacking, that's his life, and he's not a bad kid by any means. But that's just the surrounding, the situation he's grown up in. That's all he knows, and he has to protect himself. He has to protect his little brothers. Like, stuff has happened to where, like, this 19-year-old needs a gun. Yeah. And it's all about perspective and the lifestyle you live in. Like, I can easily be sitting here and debating the comfortability. Oh, what if my roommate doesn't like the gun? Whereas he's like, I gotta have this, like, because like he's had his life almost his life's almost been gone without it, and. Yeah. He's only 19, 20. He just turned 21. He's had this at least since he was like 18 legally. So like, it's a different.
At least he did it right though. You know what I'm saying? It's really, like I said, it's just about protecting yourself, protecting because you just never know what's gonna happen, bro. You can be you can be out the way, never doing anything, but those are the people who you it usually happens to. And it's like, fuck, like
you wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
And you ain't got that right tool. Yeah. It's over.
What about you, Jason? How do you feel about it? Would you own a gun, or would you?
I feel like, I don't know, there's not really much to say. It's just more about, like, I don't know, just thinking about what we could be doing more, and what is that? Everyone's saying, like, oh, like, we're not doing anything, but then what do we have to do? You know what I'm saying? No one's really explaining what we should be doing. It's more about just we have to do something. And it's just, like, for me, that's why I don't really want to say anything, because everyone has a privilege to just be like, yeah, that's wrong. That was a wrong thing to do. And I'm just like, well, no shit, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
That goes into like something that I want to talk about. I see a lot on Twitter, people like shame people for not saying anything, especially during the whole George Floyd protests. People are getting called out for not putting a black box on their Instagram or like not speaking on it. And I think everybody like grieves different, and I don't think you should try to make someone feel bad for not saying anything.
Definitely, that gets to a point to where like everything that can be said has been reasonably said. You don't have to have this everybody just echoing each other. Like we all can feel, and be silent if you want.
I think that's definitely true, but thinking about it in my case, it's like I don't need to post anything to social media. There's nothing I have to say that's important for, anyone to see who follows me or whatever. But like, if I know people who are like on the wrong side, quote unquote. I know that's a weird thing to say.
No, it's not.
I should be talking to them, at least on my own.
Mm.
You know, like maybe I didn't post a black box or whatever, but like I'm talking to people who I know don't understand what's going on. You know?
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, you know, rest in peace to all the children that, like,
We're lost.
yeah, like they had a whole future ahead of them. Like that's the future, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we should keep talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just worth mentioning.
Just so it's not hanging in the air.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
For those, you know, for those who don't know and shit.
Yeah.
We'll quickly say, just because we were talking about that for a while, we make food and we sell it. We did it last summer,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doing it again this summer.
You can't stop us.
We don't have a restaurant. We don't have a food truck. We have a pop-up. That means that if you want us to sell food where you are, just let us know and we'll make it happen.
We popping up. We bring the kitchen with us. Don't worry about how we get the kitchen there, and don't worry about how it works. You will eat a sandwich. I guarantee you. Don't ask any more fucking questions about there being a truck.
Yeah.
There's no food truck.
I like this energy.
You guys do catering as well, right?
Yeah, we'll cater. You need some fucking food at a place, we got you.
We'll pop up at your house.
We'll
dude.
at your house.
But again, there is no food truck. There is no food truck.
I swear to God, you label us as a food truck, you catch your hands.
But is that something you guys like will want to have something like someday?
For
Like,
sure.
Yeah, food truck would be fire, but like
We just don't.
I don't know.
That's not
People,
what
but, you know,
I was asked today if you guys had a food truck, and I said no.
Nah, just so many people don't even ask if you have a food truck. They just like assume. They're like, oh, you should bring that food truck over. You should. When are you doing the food truck again? I was like, have you ever fucking
I'm
seen
like,
me in a truck?
Look, never have. Never have.
I wanted you guys on here because I honestly believe in your product. I think you guys put a lot of time and like love into your food. So I wouldn't have you here if I didn't. I generally think you guys are the best chicken sandwich that I've ever had, and the best cooks. No. I'm trying to think of.
We love
I
you.
mean,
Appreciate that.
aside from,
we
I
know a lot of great
we
cooks,
know a couple.
but you guys are definitely in the
you
top
guys are up
five.
there, and like
For sure, I'll
the
say,
quality
look,
is there. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say
Let-
top
let's-
3 for real. Look,
let's-
and
let's
that's
the
in the
other
top 3. It's not a number.
List the other 2 to 4, and I'll go beat their ass right now.
You know what? You know
Wow.
what I'll say. That's another. I feel like a sort of misconception. I guess whatever. I'll just say it anyway. Like, I don't think of myself as like a chef. So I'll say my name's Octavio. I'm like head chef. I get called that a lot for Slam Pigs.
Right.
Head chef.
I denote that because people will come up to me and be like, "Oh, you're the chicken guy. You want to cook? Can you do this?" I'm like, "Dude, I run it, but I'm not the cook. I don't know how I don't know how the fuck a chicken sandwich is made unless I'm stacking it. When it comes to the fucking molecular put together of the chicken sandwich, just this guy. So
Good
I
word,
call him
good
head
word.
chef.
Well, so yes, but then I guess what I'm trying to say is like I don't think of myself as a chef just because one, I'm not trained as a chef. I definitely, when I was graduating, getting a bachelor's in music composition, I was like, should I go back to school? Should I get a master's or something? And for a second, I looked at a culinary arts degree. They're so expensive. They're extremely expensive. Like 200,000 at least for 4 years.
Wow.
My aunt just finished hers up, but she did it. You feel me? She did a thing for like for baking. She's you know what I'm saying? She's a baker, but it's very crazy. The
It's
process
crazy.
is nuts.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
She did it.
Shout out to my TT for sure.
Which
Love
is
it.
interesting because it's like vocational work pretty much. So I feel like it should be easier than anything else. But
But you have all the recipes, right? You're not the main cook, but you're the one that comes up with the recipes.
right, well, I write the recipes and I test them. So that's why everybody thinks
Yeah.
I'm head chef. I guess what I'm just trying to say is like I know how to make good chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
I know how to make good ribs. Like I know how to make what I make, but I don't feel like a chef, you know, because I'm not gonna show up on Chopped and like, yeah, I know what to do with this rhubarb.
You never know.
Shout out to
You never know. Look, man, I like the fest. You
Bro,
never know where
I
you
know
gonna
how
be,
to
bro.
turn this
Yeah, shout out
rutabaga.
Oscar.
Like,
I'll be the one and say that Octavio's being pretty modest when he's saying all this. I think to go to something that he and I heard while we were in college. The only difference between a professional and an amateur is one makes money. So if you're a person who is cooking food and you're making money, guess what? You're a professional chef.
Let's go.
of some kind. So there's that.
So
that
you
should be
touched
said.
on that a little bit. Not only are you a professional chef now, but here also you play music and you perform it, right? I seen on your story. You're going crazy on the stage.
I have a degree in music composition. I'm working on a master's in music composition, but all that really means,
So get your ass up and work.
Hell no.
all that really means is, I don't know, being a musician is weird. I love to play jazz piano. I love to sing. I just did a Stevie Wonder concert.
Amazing concert.
Like a month
Such a
ago.
good performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
Oh, that's a crazy
Oh,
question.
we can do that all day.
Yeah.
We can do that all day.
I would say That Girl has to be top 5. That Girl.
Do I do? Do I do?
Probably
You
my
gotta
God.
put
top
you gotta
5.
put Rocket. You gotta put Rocket Love in there. Rocket Ship.
Ooh.
Nobody knows Ordinary Pain ever.
Oh my
Nah, they
God!
don't.
Songs in a Key of
So you gotta
Life.
put
That
that in there,
entire
too.
album.
That's probably
Oh
top
my
3.
God.
Stevie got a lot, bro. But you know.
Yeah.
And then next to you, we got Christian Walker, MMA professional.
What up? Kickboxing amateur. Sorry.
He'll
You
beat your
gotten
ass.
paid to do this, dude?
I've only lost money fighting.
Slime Pigs has lost so much money.
I embezzle from Slime Pigs to pay for my fight camps, and I lose the fights. No, I only lost one fight. You can fucking run up and try me if you want.
Nice.
Oh shit.
I don't know much about Fidel. Do you have anything like what's your day job? What do you do outside of Slime Pigs?
Well, funnily enough, I recently quit my day job.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Hey, we all aspire to do that.
I literally I don't know how to explain it. I took the opportunity to do like the the walkout, the quit. Like,
No 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
no 2 weeks.
Let's go.
Yeah, give me the play-by-play.
Well, okay, so I did delivery. I did wine delivery. I just moved huge boxes of wine, very heavy.
You packed a truck, didn't you?
I packed the truck, a van full of it, and I drove around the loop and I took it to a bunch of bars and shops. Right.
Nice.
So this last week they had me in a broken down van that didn't have any AC during that 1 week that was 90 degrees. Right.
Hell no, baby.
Dude, it was straight up hotter in the van than it was sitting outside. So after a week of that, and that particular day, I had gotten there early and packed my van early to get everything done early so that I can go do other shit. And they had made a fatal mistake, which ended up in me having to unload the van completely from the order that I needed it to be, because I need to pack it in a certain order for me to deliver everything. Point is,
Did
they
you
wanted
say
me.
You said you were already late. All those deliveries would have already been late.
Exactly. I was if I did all of that, I would then be extremely late to all the shit that I had shown up early to do. So the guy, my manager is like, okay, well this still needs to get done, and I don't have anyone else to help you, so you need to do it.
Oh my god.
Shit.
And I literally stand there staring at the shit that I need to move. Just making, like, to him it was just complete silence. I'm in my head, like, trying to make the calculation to see if, like, I can do this move that I'm about to do, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
you guys can handle it. I'm okay.
And that was today, or
That wasn't today. That was
Almost.
Tuesday, a week ago.
It's Friday.
Friday? Oh, it was Friday. That's right.
That's great because now that guy has to do it or had to do it. Right.
Yeah. They
So-
they had
That's
to
their
figure it
fault,
out.
bro.
Did
I
you
don't-
feel
yeah.
liberated?
I don't feel bad for him.
I felt really liberated. Well, I feel very liberated. The only thing that's creeping up on me now is like the financials,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's always going to come down to that. That's always the incentive for people to just go back to work, is you need to make money, right?
So Slime Pigs needs to give you a raise.
Yeah, this is exactly.
This isn't the time or place. to discuss it.
Actually, yeah. Shut your fucking mouth. Actually.
The union will hear this.
Here at Slime Pigs, we're firmly anti-union.
Oh,
We stand
damn.
firm with Amazon.
So I have a question. So why chicken sandwiches and
It's not just chicken sandwich.
Oh, it's not.
They do ribs and.
I feel like I could just tell a brief story how it started.
Please, yeah.
Pandemic happened. For a few months, my brother owns the house next to my house.
And I moved in, and his brother is my landlord.
Nice.
And I got
And it's got to.
my best friends to move in next door, and the pandemic happened right before you were gonna move in.
Yeah.
So then a couple months later, you did move in,
Yeah.
and it was still lockdown. Like,
Yeah. I was also lucky enough to be completely out of work because I had a ACL replacement surgery, so I wasn't at work at all for like 9 months because.
And if you could just give people like a brief description of your day job.
Oh, I'm an EMT for a private ambulance for Loyola, so like I just do all the reverse of what the fire department does. The fire department scrapes you up off the street, brings you to the hospital. And the hospital, they patch you up, and then most of the time they don't have room at that hospital, so you got to get bounced to another hospital or another facility. So after you get patched up in the ER, I take you from the ER to another place. Or from the hospital back to your house because like your legs are still fucking broken. You can't walk home. I gotta reverse ambulance you back into your house. A bunch of shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reverse ambulance.
Is that easier to get into than the regular?
Oh yeah. But say regular stuff is like the fire department, and they make fire departments harder shit to get on unless you're white and nepotism.
Whistleblower.
Hey, look, more niggas on the fire department. I'm the only black guy on the fire department I'm on right now. It's pretty sick.
We need more.
Yo.
So then, would you work 24-hour shifts?
Yeah, I do. I do 224s Monday and Thursday. But yeah, back to the summer of Slam Pigs. I was off work and I had just moved in next door to my best friend, and this was the start of the movie.
Well, okay, and you had the surgery, right? You said
I had a knee surgery, so I couldn't go to work. So I was out of work for 9 months, just booling.
And Fidel was off work because of the pandemic, right?
Again.
Yeah, Fidel got fired because of the pandemic.
And then I was at Starbucks, pandemic, so I wasn't working.
Yeah.
And Starbucks was giving us catastrophe pay for a bit.
Yeah, I would have been working if my knee wasn't fucked up. So it coincided at the perfect time.
It was crazy.
They almost canceled my surgery because of COVID, but I had scheduled it too far in advance. Because they like my surgery was like vocational. Like, you don't need a new ACL. I was like, yeah, I fucking do. My knee hurts every goddamn day. So they almost canceled it. But I got my surgery, and then the day after, everything shut down. Like, it was crazy.
This was 2020. Okay.
2019.
Yeah. So they were just like
2020?
covering your mouth and your nose while cutting your leg open, right?
Yeah, they put me under anesthesia and put a mask on my face. I'm fucking with you.
They just put a bag over your head.
I was gonna start tweaking. I'm like, boy, we finna sue their ass. What the fuck?
It was crazy.
So then I had been cooking because I was home all the time. So I was just like having fun cooking, learning how to make steak really well. And because my friends just moved in.
Best steak I ever had.
My friends just moved in. I was like, let's have a cookout.
Yeah.
And then that was fun.
Obviously.
Yeah, so we started this vicious cycle of me gaining 20
Every
pounds.
week.
Every week we
Every
cook.
Thursday.
We cook enough, like, we cook like 20 pounds worth of meat, like steaks, ribs. It was insane.
made so much fucking
We made so much food, which we stole because our homie Julian
You worked
got a hookup.
We don't indict people on this
Don't burn them
podcast.
up.
We about to get
We're not
Allegedly.
indicting anybody on this podcast.
Allegedly.
we about to get
He
him
didn't
a
do anything.
Hold on.
It fell off a truck.
we about to give him a RICO charges over this fucking steak.
So yeah, we were cooking out every week, every Thursday. We would cook out, and then right after, we would play like 48 rounds of Mario
We play
Kart.
all 48 courses of Mario Kart back to back. It took
Wow.
3 hours, and we did that every week for like 20 weeks to see who was the best.
Who was the best?
Oh, my boy Julian. Unfortunately, he's also Puerto Rican, so that kind of makes him a little. No, oh yeah, nah, he's good though. But also another thing that allowed us to eat so much meat. Me and Octavio were going 30 to 50 mile bike rides, like twice to 3 times a week. It was kind of
Nice.
insane.
Yeah, it was that summer. I was just cooking a lot, and then as soon as the summer was over, it started getting cold. We couldn't cook out anymore. There was one cookout in the snow.
Yeah.
I think we did cook out one time in the snow.
Can't stop us.
You invited us to your house to have your.
Oh yeah, you guys pulled up one time. That was once we already had.
Few months.
The
like
idea,
maybe it was
yeah.
5 or 6 months of
Yeah.
working on the recipe.
That was like the following year. That was like
2021 first, right before you guys
that was
started
basically a year
taking
later.
Yeah,
sales, right?
pretty much. Yeah.
Maybe like 9 months later.
It was to secure the spot at Brown Boy Spring.
Yes, sir.
I was like, hey, come try the sandwich for you. Come
First
spot us
pop-up,
out.
right?
Yeah, first pop up was
You're
with
welcome.
Pabs at Brown Boy Spring. no, honestly,
For sure.
What did the cool dudes and like the interview say? You put the battery in my back. Pabs put the battery in our backs to to put up Slime Pigs. Get our first event.
Nah, and you guys are way more professional than a lot of companies I know. You guys came through with the tents. You came through with tables. You got the trucks.
Well, we were
The
helped
fryers.
also. We got
Yeah,
a
shout out
lot
Big
of
Meech,
help.
right?
We got a lot of help from the fan, Big Meech.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Meech. They helped us out so much. They lent us the truck. They lent us the tents. They lent us everything we needed.
Literally everything.
Literally
Yeah.
everything we needed. Every gap that needed to be closed, it was Big Meech. Big Meech was there.
They've been going crazy.
Yeah, honestly, I see why white people fuck with generational wealth so much.
that's just fire.
Having Octavia's cousins give us all that shit to start a business, which I made on my own and did everything by myself. Just kidding, they helped us out so fucking much. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's fire. And even when he told me like that day, I think we went to the gym that day.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we went to the gym that day, and he told me about it. And I'm just like, oh, true. Like he literally just told me like,
I think that day we had made ribs actually.
yeah. So he
Yeah.
just told me to make sandwiches. But I'm like, that was just my first impression in general. And that shit was, I was a believer since day one. Like since that day in general, that shit was fire. And
Jason
even
still
seeing you
needs to
guys
try
like do
your
the
food.
pop ups, and I'm not like, I haven't been able to like make as many of them as I wanted to, just because of the work situation. But hey, I just recently left my job too. I didn't quit though. I did the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I did the 2 weeks. So, hey. But
Yeah.
But yeah, so even from that, like, you guys are doing your thing, so I can't wait to see like what happens. Like
They have one on
Friday.
Friday, 27th.
Coming up on Friday. I forgot
Yeah.
Octavia.
This Friday.
Octavia got cut off, so it was the winter, and
So-
we moved inside, and he'll take
Started making inside food.
it, which is frying chicken. So we started frying chicken. We got a bunch of like tabletop fryers, and he started busting down this crazy chicken recipe because I was hounding him about chicken sandwiches. It was also
The first couple of times it was pretty bad.
yeah.
Really?
No, but we were going into the COVID pandemic, but we were just coming out of the last pandemic, which was everybody going apeshit over this Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was one pandemic after another. So we were like, fuck,
That's probably what it was. I
Yeah,
probably
it-
had Popeyes. I had Popeyes a lot during the pandemic because I was going to school. I had quit Starbucks, and then I was going to school, but everything was Zoom. So I never went to school. I just had class, so I would just be at home, either cooking or getting Popeyes. Yeah, so I probably was like, man, these chicken sandwiches are so good. I bet I could make one of these chicken sandwiches. Started working on the recipe. The first couple times was pretty shitty, but like 6 months later, I was like, I think we could sell this.
Nice. And I love that you followed through.
cooking. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I love that you guys followed through with it. A lot of people are all talk. You guys weren't.
Definitely.
And I think the only thing stopping you is time, right? If you guys weren't working, your day jobs are like going to school, you'd probably be doing it more. But you only do it in the summer for now?
Hell yeah. Well, it's mostly like an outside thing. Like it's we could probably get some indoor spots, but
It's kind of impossible.
yeah, with deep fryers,
Yeah.
you don't want to be deep frying in the house.
I mean, Taco Sublime, shout out Taco Sublime. They have a residency at Mars Brewing. So you guys could probably do like a residency somewhere if you wanted to.
That's the
So,
move.
yeah.
Once head chef over here is done with his master's degree, people want to get educated and shit. Gay.
Yeah, you can't put quotes on it. It's a real thing.
Nah. I gotta go see Stevie Wonder. So I get an A. Nah, I was kidding. He does a lot. He's doing a lot of work. He's raising a cool son.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
So would you guys consider summer 2021 successful? Being that it was
Yeah.
your first.
I mean, I hear all the time. I mean, obviously it's apples to oranges, but I hear all the time that startup restaurants and stuff are in the red for like years. Years. So I mean, obviously we didn't get a brick and mortar. We didn't buy all this shit and renovate this place, but like we didn't go under or anything.
Yeah.
We paid everybody for every hour they worked.
I think
I think that's success.
for sure. We were talking about this last time you guys came over. It's not really so much about the money, right? Or like, it's like how much of an impact you made, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you definitely made an impact. You like had family, like you made it feel like a community.
Yeah, we in a time where everybody was like not hanging out because of COVID and all that. That was at least one event. But there was at least one event because, you know, our pop-ups and music and, like, all that stuff was kind of halted for a while. There was at least one of them where everybody can slide, grab something to eat, and see their homies in passing.
Yeah.
Or end up, you know, fuck around, end up just sitting there for, like, a couple hours, you know, not social distancing like they should have been. But, you know, we end up bringing everybody together for, like, a slight moment. You can be as comfortable as you want because it was outside. Just come get some food, see your homies, you know, and just, you know, go by real quick. You know, I think it was we striked at the right time, and
For sure.
it was really good.
Yeah, it's not easy either because it's like, I mean, it's just food, bro. It's very easy to, like, fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So even it's like, I don't know, even when you taste the food, it's like you taste, like, the love in it. You feel me? So it's like something that's genuine. And it's good, too. So you feel me? Like, you wouldn't be, like, I'm sure, like, even when you see the people eating and, like, and enjoying it, it's, like, kind of, like, surreal. But it's, like...
It's hard for sure. For sure. Because, I mean, it's not... It's nice to think, like, yeah, man, these people supported us. Plenty of people said X, Y, and Z about the food. But at the end of the day, I was like, do I agree? You know, I made it, and I can taste it right now. Is it good or is it bad? As long as it was good, I was happy. As long as I thought it tasted good, I was happy.
That goes with us, too. Like, as long as we like our products, I think that's all that matters.
Everybody's
we think it's good, yeah.
Everybody's going to be... It's always going to be
You can't
somebody,
please
you know?
everyone.
You know what's crazy is the stupidest complaint we got, the most common complaint we got, the most quantifiable complaint we got about our food was that this sandwich is too big. I know we out here serving some little babies. What the fuck, y'all? All right.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was too big.
This is too much food. Oh,
The
damn,
price,
my
you
bad.
got, we got a drink and some chips.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was very satisfied, actually.
Bro, you know?
Not enough for dinner, dude. Like, that's what a perplexing thing to say to somebody. Like,
You gave me too much of a good product.
Yeah, and again, kind of what I said is like, I'm trying to serve myself. What if I walked in and I ordered? I would be happy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people can't handle a sandwich that big, I guess.
But they're not saying it's not good. They're not saying it's not good. They're just saying it's not.
They're just like,
too big.
I can barely fit it in my mouth.
you know what? You know what?
Yeah, that's the point. I did that on purpose.
To be charitable to them, I think it's just that they feel bad about like having to end up throwing away like a
For
big
sure.
chunk of like a good sandwich. That's probably it. But we're just
But,
we're
like,
just being,
You already bought
we're
it.
just teasing.
We also, that was part of the research is like, which chicken sandwiches do we like? Like which restaurants, which wherever.
Yeah.
And my favorite phrase or idea, chicken sandwich culture, almost always, how big is this sandwich?
Yeah.
Is it a good size? Because if it's a tiny sandwich, you're like, well, this is...
People are very much used to this whole coming off this Popeyes craze where like all these fast food places are giving you like a fourth of what a chicken breast actually is. So they're used to the small ass sandwich, and they're like, yeah, that sandwich is only $4. Yeah, you're getting a fourth of a chicken breast that's been frozen for like 3 weeks. Like, we're giving you a made to order, damn near 2/3 to almost a half chicken breast.
Consistent product.
Consistently made to order. That chicken didn't touch grease until after you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming to you fresh, so that's why it's cost that much, and it's gonna be huge because we're not trying to skimp out on you. You know, we giving you some quality.
When I think about sandwiches, I do think about the size of the sandwich for sure. It's like it gotta be. You feel me? I don't want to pay for a wimp. You know, I want the Larry Lobster, not the you feel me? Not the small. You feel me?
We living like Larry.
Living like Larry.
So a few weeks ago, we actually went to Lucy's. That's what I consider probably the best chicken spot in Chicago. What did you guys think about it?
Be honest.
You weren't there.
Okay, so
Yeah, I know.
we walked in, and what did we order? 4 sandwiches?
Yeah, I'm a madman when it comes to eating. I ordered 4 sandwiches that I would have ate with or without my partner there eating it with me. I
Well,
would
you
have did it. I ate a burger on my own also, and half
two and
of
a half or something.
half
Yeah.
of 3 chicken sandwiches.
He ranks food. I seen it and I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would put you'll eat like
Bam.
hella. I mean, just
I
hella
put the rating
restaurants.
on
Eat,
there,
yeah, I
there
fuck
was
with it.
some rating that was pretty
dude,
bad.
I would call them bitches out right now. Green Street Smoked Meats. I swear to God, that shit is ass, my guy. I have never had more ass, more expensive
was-
barbecue in my life. Like, bro, they got the restaurant ambiance, location. It's sick as hell. but like they forgot that the main thing they had to do was cook some good ass food. They just forgot that shit. Like,
It was pretty
fucking
messed
ass.
up. It was pretty expensive and didn't taste good at all.
They fucking got like 2 bites of meat on the rib, like bro, and I spent like $24 on them ribs. What the hell?
We'd have to try it there, obviously, but when we got to go, it was bad. It was just portions were nothing. The brisket was flavorless. It was not a good time.
All right, but back to Lucy's though. Yeah,
Okay, so we got bacon jam chicken sandwich.
that was the best sandwich there.
The buffalo.
Worst sandwich there.
And then the spicy sandwich.
Oh my god,
which is
you could
controversial.
I knew. Despite the Mexicans in the kitchen, because I took a peep in the kitchen, I like to see how they were working. The restaurants definitely catered to the more fair skin, because when they say a spicy sandwich, that sandwich tasted like nothing. Like
it tasted like a regular.
It tasted like
chicken
what our
sandwich.
regular chicken sandwich. No
I
spice. Like they probably put some
detected
pepper on it. That's
Zero
about it.
spice.
Yeah,
in
that
the
shit was
sandwich.
salty. Like it wasn't.
So,
Fucking
what would you rate it, Lucy's?
Would I rate Lucy's?
And is there a better chicken?
at least the bacon jam sandwich?
the bacon jam
The bacon
sandwich.
jam,
I'm giving
Probably
it
8.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I was gonna say 8. You know, but
Can you
we
explain
bust
the the
it down.
layering of the sandwich?
Bro?
What was it?
I wasn't thinking about it that way.
Oh, true. So it wasn't like was it
I'm
cheese
sure it
on
was
it?
caramelized onions on there because it was sweet.
Yeah. The caramelized onions.
I don't remember cheese.
Nah,
I don't remember cheese on it.
I don't think that was cheese, but the bacon jam stuff, whatever they used to make that, was busting. The buffalo, they went wrong because they put hella
Blue cheese.
blue cheese on there. They put dry blue cheese on there. It tastes like biting into mold, and they put a lot on there. And then they also the most fatal mistake with a buffalo sandwich, they didn't use spicy buffalo.
Yeah,
they
it
used
was like
sweet
there was
buffalo.
no spice at all. I
Never had that
expect
before.
spice
That's
for
crazy.
buffalo.
Sweet buffalo is ass. Why make a sweet buffalo sauce? Buffalo sauce should be hot and buttery, not sweet and buttery. It was that. It was.
All right. Well, as you guys can tell, they know a lot about their chicken sandwiches.
I liked, yeah.
The,
That
the,
was
chick,
good. I
the
liked
chicken
Lucy's a lot.
itself was very good, nice proportion breast, and
Crispy.
very crispy, nice portion breast. You know what I'm saying?
I would say a couple of those, I don't remember which ones, could have been juicier.
Yeah.
Especially because they were thighs. I was a little surprised.
They were thighs.
Yeah, they were thighs for sure.
Oh, you know what? I do remember being there, and they were thighs. I'm sorry, not that they weren't breasts. He was right. They were thighs.
They were juicy thighs.
Juicy has thighs.
No,
For
well, I
sure.
guess I just said the opposite, but whatever.
Hey, Squared, do you know what time it is?
Of course, I know what time it is, Jason.
It's snack time.
Bum, 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 bum,
It's
bum,
snack
bum,
time.
bum, bum,
It's snack
bum,
time.
bum,
Yeah,
bum,
yeah,
bum,
it's
bum,
snack
bum.
time.
Today we have this Burger King chicken sandwich. It's called the Chick-King.
And this is whose
They-
favorite chicken sandwich?
This is my second favorite.
This is your
I
second
know.
favorite.
What is it?
Aside from Lucy's, I don't know if you've had it before.
Oh.
This is just a Chick-King.
Chick-King?
But I do think it's the best for a fast food restaurant right now. And you guys said you haven't tried it. I think it's better than Popeyes.
I'm excited
and
to
you guys
try.
kept bringing up Popeyes.
I will
so-
say Popeyes is like my favorite. However, I will
Here, split
be honest. Popeyes has a high range.
No way.
Yeah. I haven't had Burger King. I haven't had Burger King in
Is that the spicy one?
I just got the regular.
like 7 years. It's gonna be
I
the
like
first
the regular
time.
more.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you gotta get the spicy.
The spicy
one,
was too wet for me. I don't know.
dude. It has sauce on the spicy one. This one doesn't have sauce at all.
trying to.
I should have got the spicy one. You
Oh.
didn't say anything. I get the regular all the time. I
Really?
prefer
Yeah,
the
this
regular.
bitch is a good size.
Is there like it's cheese?
All right, right.
What is
Oh,
that?
wait. All right,
How
3, 2,
long- how old
1.
is-
No,
how
go
long-
ahead. Go
how-
ahead. Take a bite.
Oh. Fuck out here.
Keep in mind, it could have been a little better if it was fresh, but you know.
I feel like this. No, dude.
This is a surprisingly good bun.
This is
Nice and buttery.
when I haven't Burger King in like 7 years.
This is like a deep. This
good.
is a very deep buttery brioche. Like it's yellow throughout the entire brioche. That's pretty crazy.
What do you rate it out of 10?
Hey, 1 second, man. Let me.
Yeah, enjoy it. Savor it.
What time did we get these?
What time did we get these?
How old
like-
are
It has to be like an
Uh,
hour old, right?
An
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
An hour? Oh.
Or an hour old is holding up surprisingly well.
It could be drier.
We got it 2 days ago.
Just to grade it on that curve, you know?
Okay.
It
Yeah,
could-
take your time.
It could be drier, honestly. Like, so, I guess what I'm saying
Yes, we needed. That's
I'll go
the
out.
that's the
is, what
thumbnail.
I'm saying is,
I'm gonna get this shit.
Wait.
I,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I wish you
If
guys
feel
ate
you're
the
ready.
spicy one because it's not spicy, but
Look.
it has sauce all over
I know
the
the spicy
chicken.
one will be fire. I'm gonna give it At 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right. That bun was the most surprising thing about it. That's a quality bun. Coming out of fast food places. It's kind of crazy. A little too much mayo. Felt like it busted my mouth a little bit. I was like, oh. I didn't know we were there yet. I didn't know we were rocking like that. Nah, look at that. Like, look at the glob of mayo on the side of that. That's kind of.
This one ain't had that one. This one's good. Regular.
Kind of regular amount of mayo. Mm-hmm. All right. The chicken itself, I didn't taste it that much. It was,
It tastes salt.
Yeah, it tastes salty. That's what I was about to say. It tastes salty.
Mm-hmm.
I tasted the pickles. They got a quality pickle on there. It's pretty crazy for another fast food place. Quality pickle. The skin.
Not crispy.
I'm not crispy, but I'm gonna say maybe because it's old. It's only like an hour old. I'm putting this sandwich at like a solid 6. Like I'd eat it, but I ain't about to go out my way for it.
No, it's pretty good for the slime pigs. What about you, Octavia?
I don't know. I guess numbers don't really mean anything to me. I'd agree with Christian though. I like it. Happy to eat it.
Happy to eat it.
I wouldn't go there.
Yeah. If I woke up at a Burger King, I'm like, oh fuck, let's fuck around with this chicken. But I ain't about to drive to no fucking Burger King for this.
I'm telling you, this is the first time I had it in a minute. So, but I don't think I would be driving back.
Like
either.
for something that's really.
I don't think so.
You gave it 8.
Yeah, but I'll never go to Burger King.
Okay.
Like, I just don't normally eat Burger King.
All right, guys.
But I do like Whoppers. I appreciate the Whoppers.
Bro, you know who used to have my favorite chicken sandwich, but every one I've had since. No, I had the last one I had was really good. I went to the Double Dogs on I forgot which one it was. It's the one by the Vic Theater.
Devil or double?
Devil Dogs.
Okay.
I used to love Devil Dogs. I used to eat that so much. The best Oreo shake in existence. They have a chicken sandwich called the Rooster. That's my favorite chicken sandwich. It probably still is. I think the last one I had lived up to it. The last 5 I had before that last one, they were going downhill. But it all depends on the location. That Rooster at Devil Dogs, give it a try. Big margin for error. It might be good. Might be the best sandwich you ever had. If it hits that one day, it's go ahead. I trust you. That's a solid 9.5. It's
Nice.
insane.
I'm starting to feel like this may be too salty.
It was pretty salty. You know what that?
Yeah. I feel like mine was decent. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe y'all the bad one. Shit, mine was salty. It wasn't overly salty though. Like normal amount of mayo.
I think we probably don't let ourselves be happy.
Yeah. Everybody's a crazy.
These guys.
Somewhere
like
this is
to tear
somebody's favorite
everything down.
sandwich.
Yeah.
No,
Well, he said this is his favorite. Well, you said this is your favorite.
Favorite
sandwich.
fast food?
Oh.
I actually think they're holding back because usually we have strong. I think part of it is we put fast food chicken sandwiches on one spectrum, and we put made to order sandwiches in a completely different list.
Two different things. So like, if I was going straight fast food, that's a good sandwich. Like I listed a lot of good qualities about it. Like this is up there. This competes with Popeyes easily.
Let's go.
Like this competes
what I
with
wanted to
Chick-fil-A easily. This is like, if it had some real spice and coating on it, Dave's would be slugging with it against it too. But there's a difference between made to order and fast food.
Shout out the king.
It's like this sandwich is D1. Slam Pigs is NBA. Like
Side note,
Hey, but D1 is good.
Yeah.
D1 is good if you're working.
It's like trying to waste time putting trying to place the number that McDonald's belongs for the best burger. Like, are we gonna waste time to try to place McDonald's?
Is garbage, dude.
Exactly. So why are we? We should be talking about the other burger
Yeah,
places.
okay. Because we got to be real.
Don't be talking about McGriddles, bro. McGriddles are kind of like crazy.
Didn't you
gotta
get
be
some the
real.
other day and you didn't like them?
Nah, what are you talking about?
That was
I would never talk bad about
Exposed.
McGriddles.
Yeah, best breakfast.
All right, well, I'm a little parched, so we have a Mountain Dew.
All right, now this shit's scary.
We have Mountain Dew,
You know,
flaming hot.
This shit
wanna
remind
get
me of
I
that
keep hearing
fucking
about this.
that fucking Earl video where they drinking Death
Jason
Juice.
keeps talking about it.
Like this kind of crazy.
I saved my last bite. Of
All right,
chicken
we're all
sandwich
we're gonna rate
for
this
after this.
in 3, 2, 1.
This, oh man,
Tour health.
Surprisingly,
Very interested what you guys are gonna say.
surprisingly,
What the fuck?
Tastes like a Paloma.
What the fuck?
tastes like a michelada.
It does. It tastes like Paloma. That's a good.
Mm-hmm. Ah, see? I know myself.
You know why I think it tastes like a paloma? Because it's kind of spicy.
Yeah, it is.
So what is this supposed? What flavor? This is really just supposed to be
I
a straight
think
it's-
flavor
Flamin'
hot.
It tastes to me like squirt but
Yeah.
it's spicy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like no spice flavor, just
That's why it tastes like a
throat.
pepperoni.
I can drink the rest of this.
For me, it was.
I think it's okay. It tastes like squirt. I like squirt.
Yeah.
The spices are overwhelming, and it hit after. It was like the aftertaste. It left a little residue of spice
Why
in my
would they
mouth.
do this?
It was kind of wild.
They got
Why
us to
would they
talk
name
about
it
That's
this?
Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah. Like why would you name it
Wow,
this?
I'm actually very impressed.
Me too.
Mountain Dew is really bad.
I really
That's-
was expecting
that's-
so much
I would
worse.
probably drink a whole bottle of that. But now, maybe I'm wrong because my stomach's starting to hurt.
Hey, stop. Chill.
Nah, that's why I didn't finish my cup. I will say.
I damn near finna. Oh, all right, look, we already here.
I'm already here. Cheers.
I
These
will
are
say
friendly.
this is the best thing I've had that unnecessarily included hot Cheetos. I'm not calling out any specific business that includes hot Cheetos. I'm just saying this is definitely the best thing I had that unnecessarily included hot Cheetos.
Wait a second. I think you're wrong
What?
because I think it's a gimmick. There's nothing hot Cheeto about this. Nothing. It doesn't taste
Besides
like hot
the
Cheetos.
besides
There's
the
nothing
color.
Cheeto about
That
it.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the color. Yeah.
Look, I
Maybe
was
they just wanted to collab, right?
Exactly.
Look,
Well,
I'm damn near
it's-
high. I was gonna be like, did y'all taste that Cheeto at the end? Like, y'all taste that? No, it's not a Cheeto flavor.
there's
I would
no
hate to
cheese.
taste like little bits of Cheeto.
Dude, imagine it tastes like a fucking
Cheese.
That's what I was expecting.
Blended.
It
I
to
just
taste like.
I mean, I thought it tasted okay, but I just think it's kind of dumb that it doesn't taste like a Cheeto, but it says flaming hots on the bottle.
It's still a Mountain Dew, dude. It's just a spicy Mountain Dew. It's like a Mountain Dew with like
0 out of 10.
with some old tahini in it.
Let's go.
0 out of
Rating.
10.
I don't fuck with soda really,
I don't-
and then also don't fuck with Mountain Dew or hot Cheetos especially.
Just rate it.
So 0 out of 10, 1 out of 0.
Fidel.
5. Solid
Let's go.
I'll definitely say a 5. I'll
Yeah.
definitely say 5. I wouldn't drink it again, but it was surprisingly good. You know.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2.
I give it like a 6.
You just said your stomach hurt.
You didn't even finish it.
Nah, I just got the taste, you know.
It was a 6 before my stomach.
My head is starting to heat up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
Yeah.
up here, like right here. Like
What?
That's
I
what
don't know.
happens
It's
to
like
me.
you don't like feel like a little spice like up here from it.
Not up here.
It tastes good, but like, I don't want to feel weird.
You won't get it again.
It might be mixing in with
I won't
with
get
the
it.
weed right now.
I'm annoyed that I like the first half of it, and then like the last half of it just sucks. It's like really, really bad.
You know what they should do? Mountain Dew. They should collab with. Who makes the menthol cigarettes?
Newports.
Mountain Dew times Newport menthol. I would drink that.
Damn, that should be black. That should be black. What the fuck?
I would drink that.
That sounds
Right.
crazy.
He just wants a minty Mountain Dew, but he has to put cigarettes.
Nothing is mintier than a menthol.
Nigga, mouthwash,
That
motherfucker.
shit-
Like,
Spearmint.
5 gum head
What is
ass.
that? Have you guys
Five
seen
Gum,
Five
you guys
Gum? Have you seen it lately?
Yes.
I haven't.
I haven't.
I heard the company chewed 5 gum and they disappeared. That's what happens
Yeah, I
when you chew
definitely,
5 gum.
definitely seen if I gum. I went to the gas station the other day and got some.
Fucking crazy.
What flavor was it?
It was the regular, like the Winter Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they have
For
an
real.
old stock.
Pretty wild.
In Westchester, dog.
Speaking of soda collabs, I saw recently that Pepsi had a IHOP pancake Pepsi soda collab. So it tastes like maple syrup and Pepsi together. And I was like, that's some diabetic ass shit. That's kind of crazy.
I can't imagine it.
Like just imagine putting some syrup in your Pepsi. I guess like it's gonna be
Crazy.
dummy sweet.
I
Kind
thought
of
that was called scissorp.
Dad jokes.
I thought he was making jokes like that well before he was a dad. I don't know. Yeah.
We were there.
So prior to this, you guys were saying that you guys have 6 people on your team, maybe give or take.
5.
5.
And
Possibly adding a 6 for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna be taking a leave of absence. We're pretty busy this year, so I'm gonna have to step back from
Add
outside
a
of the
couple
kitchen.
people.
So we're gonna need. I'm worth like 3 people, so they got to hire like 3 people to replace me.
You guys want jobs?
we might. Does it ever get like it's too many cooks in the kitchen? I know we've talked about that before. Sometimes we feel like it's too many people contributing ideas or like
Well,
not
that's
playing
okay,
their
like,
role.
That's where the head chef thing makes sense.
You're the boss.
Fidel and I are like the only ones, basically, who are like, oh, what if we made this? Or what if we made
Like
that?
innovating.
Yeah, and a lot of the time I'm just a sounding board for Octavio's ideas for the most part.
But at least one of your ideas, I still want to do it. Just haven't done it.
Oh yeah, I'm still super down to try that. But that's gonna need us to take some time to experiment,
Exactly. Yeah.
which we don't have time right now.
Well, now you do, right? So
Oh well, yeah, I guess now I do.
agree
Huh?
that-
Yeah. If I fire you, you'll have plenty of time.
No, please.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So I
yeah.
would say no. You know.
Perfect.
I wasn't expecting a no.
Yeah, perfect amount of cooks in the kitchen. Everybody plays their role pretty well. Grease man does grease man stuff. Head chef does head chef stuff. They work together in the kitchen to get it done. It takes two. Cashier of the year. She busts it down. She get it right. Our Puerto Rican guy, he does Puerto Rican things. Nah, he's our runner. He does everything we need him to do. Anything
Julian
that
is
needs to
so
happen.
funny.
Everything else is Julian.
We
Yeah.
tell him 6 to 9. He's like there at 6, and at 9 he's at the bar.
At 9,
He's at the
at
bar.
9 he's blackout
Boom.
drunk.
Like how did this happen?
Yeah, we don't actually give him money. We pay him in beer.
Oh, that's that's something that I wanted to talk to you about. Like, being that you guys have a team, are you guys, how do you guys pay each other out, or how are you guys splitting all the profits?
You want actual numbers?
Not numbers, just like how do you guys
Take out the
do you guys pay
stubs.
them? Do you guys not pay
Yeah.
them?
Oh,
I mean,
no,
I think
yeah.
this is like we're trying to make it somewhat an entrepreneurial podcast. So like for people that want to start a food company, wouldn't they would like to know, I guess, how
I would say
how to run it.
at the end of the day, this is like hard labor. Like unpacking the truck, packing the truck, getting all this food ready, doing all this stuff. Sometimes it's not fun and it's stressful. Dealing with customers, like this shit, it's a limit to where like this isn't fun anymore. I'm just actually working. So we're very aware of that, and we pay all our friends. We agreed on a rate, and they get paid that rate hourly, and like we're true to it. Like Fidel for the event Friday, Fidel already has like 8 hours today from shopping, prepping, and like cleaning the kitchen.
I didn't even think about
like
aside from the
yeah,
profit.
everybody gets paid hourly besides me and Octavio because we front the money and then we reinvest it back into everything.
Yeah. A lot of labor love.
Yeah,
That's what we call
and
it.
me and him, we just do what we got to do. But everybody else, since this is like kind of our thing to do, everybody else just helping us along the way.
Make sure they get paid.
Make sure they get paid because goodwill only goes a long way when you're standing there for 8 hours over some hot ass grease, or we got you packing the truck, or you getting rained on, and it's insane. Like
To elaborate on that a little bit, I think made the push really early to give like a really good hourly rate,
Yeah.
so that later on, like, we're not worried about like morale, because morale plays a huge part in a way that we don't often appreciate. Like if someone's like, there's a big difference between someone standing over a hot fryer for 10 an hour and 15 an hour, right? And the person at 15 is not only happier, but is also doing a way better job.
Mm-hmm.
Just
We're not
because they feel better about it.
We're not going to give you 15, Fidel.
yeah, sorry, you're staying at 17.25, guy.
I'm gonna give it one day.
Yeah, it really resonated with me too when after our first event that we were able to pay Fidel. Like Fidel, pretty much last summer made more money than me and Octavio.
That first,
I think last summer, Fidel made more money than either of us did.
that first weekend that we had an event where I got paid the hourly rate, I straight up made more, and I felt really good because I was unemployed.
Look, we literally handed this guy like almost like $500, $600, and this dude like had a tear in his eye. It was insane. It was like so surreal, and that's when it locked in. I was like, damn, I really got to pay these Mexicans to do my work. Look, grease man get that grease. You feel me?
And ever
Gotta
since
get
they
it
cut
done.
my hours.
Yeah.
But I think what's interesting about, in response to your question, is a lot of people who've helped us have offered not to take the money.
Yeah.
They said, I don't need it. I'm just helping you out. Don't worry about it. We're adamant. We're like, no, you're going to take the money.
Because we don't want complications down the line, dude.
That's one reason.
Yeah.
The second reason, which for sure, I don't want like people to think a certain way and then later on, who knows what happens. The second reason, at least in my head, maybe I never said this out loud, is like, if we can't afford to pay anyone, is this like worth doing? It's a lot of fun, but like it's really hard work.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point if no one's getting paid?
Right.
I know it's part of the mindset is like, you have to get through the hard part to then one day be successful, but it's like people have bills now, you know. So yeah, we make sure we could pay everybody. I do a lot of budgeting ahead of time. A lot of the time, I'm like, I know how many sandwiches we need to sell to get everybody paid.
Nice.
So I'm just like counting until that point. And then when we get there, I'm like, we did it. And I'm happy. Yeah. There was one event where it was like 5 hours, I think. It was a 5-hour long event. And every hour, it was like a fifth of the sandwiches. So I was like, man, this is moving slow. Like, I don't think we're going to sell out today. But every hour is a fifth. So at the end, I think like the last 5 minutes, someone put in the last order. We sold all the chicken. It was like, damn.
Probably hit the
So
mark.
you barely made it, right?
Yeah.
That day. And it's
Yeah,
crazy how
those-
much it could vary, like pop-ups, right? Like
Right.
Bro,
one
yeah,
day could be great, one could
We've
be.
had some duds and we had some crazy sellouts, like people ordering like 50 sandwiches in 30 minutes. Like that don't sound crazy because you're thinking about McDonald's, but when it's five people making the sandwiches after you order them, not chicken that's been sitting there all day at McDonald's, that's insane. And we appreciate everybody being patient with the wait times. Like it takes at least 20 minutes to fry a breast and put a sandwich together. Now imagine that 29 people just ordered within the last 5 minutes of you, and at least 20 of those 29 people ordered 2 or more sandwiches. It's gonna take you a while to get your sandwich, so we appreciate the patience. Like, you know, we love it.
So I feel like it's just like signs of like just obviously being like good leaders in Ollie. You know what I'm saying? Ollie like generals in your own space, and that's just fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like very inspiring to see. So like, what would you say to somebody that's trying to get? I mean, you guys are still pretty like fresh in, but like you guys are like pretty seasoned at this point. But like, what would you say to somebody like who's trying to get into the industry or trying to start?
I say, literally just do it. When we started this, we were just joking about it. We were literally just joking about it. The name was a joke. Like I know we kind of skipped over that. Somebody asked. The name was a joke. We were just literally cooking and just bulling around with our boys like every Thursday. And the name was a joke. We were making a joke about Slam Pigs, and we was like, oh, we should make a restaurant called Slam Pigs and such and such and such. And I see so many people with so many ideas doing things, like literally just being around you guys, like knowing Pabs, knowing all the people adjacent in that space, like they just do it and they make it their lifestyle. That's them. I'm like, we can do a thing. Why not just do it? Like I'm at, I know I have my full-time gig. I know he's doing everything, but there's still space in the day to do something that's hype. So I reached out to Pabs. I got a logo done. I surprised Octavia with it. Say, all right, I already put money towards it. This is how we should do it. We should actually do it. An opportunity came up. We didn't run from it. We didn't second guess it. We just did it. It's never going to be a convenient time to do it. You just got to do it.
Nice.
Right, yeah. I would say kind of the last thing you just said, do not wait for a convenient moment. Don't think this is not the right time, X, Y, and Z. It's not going to work out. You're never going to get the moment where you think, oh man, everything lined up. It's perfect. No, it's never going to happen. So you just have to do it. The other thing I would say, though, is to ask for help. If you know anyone who can help you with anything you're trying to do
not be afraid to ask for help.
Just ask them for help. Because if we didn't ask anyone for help, we would have been, like, fucked for sure. Because a lot of stuff went wrong asking for help. So imagine if we were just doing it on our own. There's no reason to, like, brute force, like, tough guy through it.
Definitely.
If you know somebody, don't be embarrassed. And you want to do it bad, so get over it. Ask for help.
There should be always somebody willing to help you and guide you along the way. So, you got to put your pride aside. Don't wait for the moment. Try your best, and don't be afraid to accept that hand that's being offered to you.
Nice.
To expand on that a little bit, just so that it doesn't sound like we come away with, like, just do it. Try to give yourself a deadline. Give yourself, like, an event. For us, it was Pobs' Brown Boy Summer event. Spring.
Fall.
But before that, it was like these guys were saying, it was all jokes, and it was it wasn't until we made the promise and we put like our name on the line that it lit a fire under our ass, and we were like, okay, so now this needs to happen. Otherwise, we're gonna disappoint a lot of people, right? So you kind of it's like you're kind of manipulating yourself into like doing the thing. You need to put yourself in a position where you need to do the thing. You need to put your reputation on the line.
We got peer pressured into it, and I peer pressured. And I was like, bro, I promise, Pabs, I'm cool as hell, and I make sound. Just dude, you can't make me a liar. We got to do it. No,
yeah, and now we're working on our second logo together, right?
Hell yeah.
You know, new shirts coming out. We're gonna have an event soon.
Dude, it's nothing
Hopefully
like the Pabs
July,
logo.
beginning of July, we'll have an event here at the studio.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have special edition shirts, maybe some other items. But yeah, would you guys say that your parents are proud of what you do? Do they know about it? How do your parents feel about it?
I'm the baby.
Yeah.
I think as long as I'm not.
You can't do no wrong.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean.
You do a lot of wrong in their eyes, but.
I started playing music at a certain point, and I was like, man, I really like playing music. I want to be like a rock star. I don't know, when I was like 13 or 14 or something, I was like, I want to go to NYU, and I didn't even know what that meant. My dad was always like, I don't know, like maybe you should go to school for something else, and then after you can work on the music. And then life happens, and I think people eventually realize like you can't force someone to be a certain way. So yeah, I think my parents are proud of me. I think they definitely probably fear for me a lot of the time, like with music or even with Slam Pigs. They're like, see me stressing out, and they're like, you know, this isn't a big deal, and you don't have to do this. You could do something else. But I think they're proud in the end anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, my mom has always been proud of me. I'm the coolest sibling. I'm good at everything. I've almost never failed. I'm pretty humble also. I've been pretty independent from like a very young age. Like obviously I get a lot of help, and I got a lot of good family support and like a lot of good friend support, but like all my siblings have been like 8 years old, like up to 8 to 10 years apart from me. So I've been raised on my own, been left to do everything and figure most things out on my own devices. And like all my hobbies, I've been very secular and like just doing what I want to do. My mom's always been proud of that and always pushed for my individuality. So when she heard about like, oh, you're EMT trying to get into fire, you're taking fights, now you're selling chicken sandwiches. Like she's just like, okay, cool. This is another thing you're doing. Like, hell yeah, go for it. Like she's just proud out the door, off the step, and I love that support from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Fidel? How do they feel about Slime Pigs?
It's just me and my mom and my little brother. Me and my mom have like a unspoken type relationship where like I kind of have to assume that she's proud of me a lot of the time. Yeah. But I know that she is, right? Yeah. Like she for what she doesn't say, she's there a lot of the time. She's there all the time, but she's not a very like outspoken person, you know. Yeah. That's just the nature of parents. Sometimes they don't really communicate in the best ways.
Yeah, it is very weird. Like, and especially like with you getting older, it's like damn. But that's a whole like different conversation for another day.
Definitely.
But it is very crazy.
Your parent. As you get older, you learn that your parents are just other people. Yeah. Just like other people. Like if you were put in that position, how would you be? Right.
Yeah. Crazy. To the two dads in the room, do you ever feel like there's going to be a point where your son is just another person? Like he's always going to be your son, you're going to love him, but like he's going to have so many things and so much depth to his life, friends he knows, circle of influence, things he's doing, things he's thinking about, people he's thinking about, people he's talking to, so much so of an in-depth life that he's like, damn, that's a whole other person.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think we could look at our parents as friends one day, but they can never look at us like as friends. Because I will never see Lucas as like that's just a random kid. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll always be like special. Yeah. I don't know.
That's interesting.
But we look at our parents like I think eventually when we're like grown, we'll look at them like as friends, right? But when we're younger, we treat him with
Bro,
like.
low key, I love my mom to death, but I'd never be a friend. She's bro, look, I'd be throwing.
That's all. Look,
Damn,
I
really?
love my
Okay,
OG
maybe it'll
too.
never happen.
Nah,
She-
What are you talking about? You guys just went to Doctor Strange the other day.
Yeah, my mom went to see Doctor Strange, real random as hell. Like, yeah, but also she'd be talking during the whole movie. Like, shut up, Vernita.
You know what though? I'll say
Yeah,
I'll
like how
commend you, not just with your son, but with your mom. I've noticed, like, just on social media, you guys
Right,
seem to
right.
have a
Yeah, it's a whole
amazing
new-
relationship.
It's a whole new relationship because now she's getting into food and she's pushing panchis arepas, not at your scale, but you know she's only by herself. But yeah, that definitely made us closer. That I could bring her to these events, and she's not.
She sees what you're doing.
She sees what I'm doing, and sees me like at my best. I guess I feel like these events are like my highest points. And
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even care about me like smoking or drinking in
Yeah,
front of her.
it's that has to be pretty satisfying. Like, you throw an event, it's a Pabst throwing event. She sees you be the guy for the night. Like you're like at one point in your mind, whether you admit it or not, but deep down inside you're like you're doing everything for the love of what you're doing, for the love of the art, for the love of the product you're pushing, for the influence of the culture. There's still a slight part of you like, damn, I'm pretty cool right now, and now you get to share that with your mom. Like, damn, my mom thinks I'm pretty cool right now.
It's crazy because I don't think she thinks I'm cool.
I think his mom always thought he was cool. Like, I think it's just like with anything, it's just like you just want to see. And I'm the baby too. You feel me? So it's like, I think it's always gonna be like, okay, it's just like they're worried. It's just more of like they're just worried. You know what I'm saying? They just want to make sure. I feel like we talked about this in the pod before. Where like they just want to make sure when they're not here like anymore.
Yeah.
Like that we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? So
I've realized that like everything that I thought my parents thought about me wasn't accurate, and like I'm making my own assumptions on what they think, and it's not true. So it's like
Crazy.
yeah.
Do you think the communication in that regard of like your expectations, vice versa, will be better for you and your son? Like you have an idea of what Lucas is, and Lucas has an idea of what you are. You think it'll be clear between you two?
I hope so. I want it to be. I think it is now. I don't know how his teenage years will go, but for now,
Do you think about that a lot?
about him growing up.
Yeah,
I mean, he's about to be 5, bro. So it's like,
dude. You know
it's
what I
happening
think
so
about?
quick.
I'm like, what do I do that he won't have a kid young?
That he won't have a kid.
Yeah,
Why don't you want him to have a kid?
young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like eventually it's just out of your hands.
Octavio, when did you have your son? Just for the record.
I was 20. I think I was 20.
20, pretty young, kind of crazy.
At least you're out of high school.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
It didn't make it any easier. I mean it
no,
wouldn't
I'm
make
just
it any
saying.
easier. Yeah,
I
get what you're
worry
saying.
about that a lot. Like,
Really.
how do I keep him? I guess not necessarily.
How do you stop your grandson from only being 35 years younger than you?
Yeah, I think you just kind of have to trust that he's gonna learn.
I don't know. I find
You gotta
myself.
let go.
I find myself to be probably overprotective for
Yeah.
sure. Like I'm like on him, like don't do this, don't do that. Like this is X, Y, X is gonna happen to you. Y isn't like he's always running in the house. I'm like, dude, you need to wear slippers if you're gonna run in the house, because if not, you're gonna fall. And then he always falls, and he never takes my advice for anything. I think
feel like we could have a dad podcast. Like remember we were saying it with maybe like Leo or something.
Dude, the
Shout out
last-
Leo.
Really good.
the last episode of Paw Patrol. What did you think, dude?
hell no. Look, I was actually looking. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change one day, but I just feel like, yeah, I worry a lot
Yeah.
about whether or not I can keep bad things from happening to him, or if it's just
Ooh.
like the way it is.
Something that I
This is
learned the
deep.
other day too was not so much trying to constantly push lessons on him, but speak how I felt when I was his age. Kind of like
Dude,
give my emotions.
that's
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Because if you're just constantly trying to tell him what to do, then
That's
you know.
crazy. So he, for the last week or two, like 3 times a day, will build up so much mucus in his nose that he can't breathe through his nose.
because he doesn't know how to blow his nose.
Right. And I'm trying to I'm asking him I either you blow your nose or I clean your nose, because you literally can't breathe. You're like waking up at night because you can't breathe.
Yeah.
and he hates it. I guess it makes sense. It's like annoying to have someone do this to you.
Yeah.
But like yesterday, it was so crazy that you just said that. I was like sitting there. I was like, I don't want to hit this kid. I don't want to yell at him. I don't want to like traumatize him. What do I do? So I was just sitting there thinking like, I don't know what to do right now. And I was like, you know what? I think you have allergies. I think that's what's the problem is. And I have allergies. And when I was your age, I would have really bad allergies.
Yeah.
And that this is what it was like. I was like, man, when I was at school, my nose would not stop running. And I remember wiping it. And like, first I would wipe it inside my pocket because I didn't have anything to wipe it on. Wipe my nose inside my pocket. And then eventually I run out of like inside pocket. My pocket's wet.
Ew. Oh.
So then eventually I'm wiping and like inside of my leg. Maybe people won't see the inside of my leg or inside my knee.
The slime pigs pop. No joking.
Oh my god.
And then I think eventually he was like, he saw me not as a person constantly yelling at him to do X, Y, or Z, but like someone else who bad things can happen to.
Oh, so
too.
you were telling him your experience?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then he like had an epiphany. He was like, oh damn.
How old is he?
He's basically Lucas's age. He's gonna be 6 in July.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucas is about to be 5. Right. So if you're a dad, instead of trying to tell your son what to do or give him a lesson, you almost have to try to explain a situation that happened to you in the past or kind of relate to them on their level.
Yeah. So
it's like, yeah.
To answer your question about how to stop from having a child, young, like, yo, me and your mom were like,
Hell no.
me and your mama. There was no sexual education in our high school, so it was kind of crazy with me and your mom. There was literally no sex ed in our high school, and that is how you stop from having kids at a young age. You speak openly and honestly about sex at the appropriate time of your comfort with your child. That's the answer to that question. But we didn't have that in our high school. We went to a Catholic high school. That's why he had a kid at 20.
But yeah, man, I want to thank you guys for coming on here. You guys were very hilarious. The funniest guests we've had so far.
Oh, damn. I was holding back because I didn't even have a mic.
I feel like I didn't tell any jokes.
All right, where can people find you? What's your Instagram handles?
You can find all of us at 1410 South 5th. We all live together. Now, you can find us at Slam Pigs Kitchen, /Pigs_Kitchen on Instagram, and at Pig Slam on Twitter because somebody had Slam Pigs Kitchen on Twitter. My personal Instagram, don't not follow me if you're a female. I have a girlfriend. I love her. My Instagram is Gaspacho_Walker, and I don't think they really use Instagram, but they can plug it if they want to.
I'm good. It's okay.
They don't really use Instagram at all.
All right, follow Slam Pigs on Instagram and Twitter.
There you go.
And follow us.
Yeah, you can follow us at User Friendly Podcast.
USRFRNDLY.
Damn,
Podcast.
I just looked at the camera and remembered I was recording. I've been making a lot of crazy ass faces. I'm
Yeah.
You look really ugly today.
You can follow me at Pablo Trees, PazPrince.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for fucking with us this long. We're happy to have you.
What episode number is this?
14.
14 is a good. It's a good number. I like that. It's
2 sevens.
There's 2 sevens. We fuck with sevens. Let's go.
Thank you for joining us. We're out.